Good morning. In this video, I'm gonna get away from our project drawing and just get into some other features of the software. Um, J Pig in his last comment uh, was asking about actually how to draw a line straight without going up to the top and telling it it's 90, 270, or whatever. So Jay's forced me to do something I've never done, and that's read the actual directions. So I'm going to show you a few things that I've learned here just reading the directions. First off, let's start off with, if you look over on the left side here, if you don't see the controls I said this in one of the earlier videos, go to the top, click on Edit Preferences, and in the Customize, make sure you have all these buttons actually pressed, and then also in the General tab, uh, in their pricing, it says here, it says give error if the part design is inefficient, which means uh, obviously if you drew a circle, it's going to cost less to have them make a circle than it would be if you drew an egg. So if you don't want to see all these errors popping up every time your part's going to cost more money, take the check mark out of this box right here. Okay. Also, don't email eMachine Shop with a price check. Um, that'll that'll set that up basically so it works like mine. You can shut off most of these warnings by clicking on them. Don't show again or whatever when the box pops up. But I like to leave them on just to see where I screwed up. So anyway, I'm going to shut this down and excuse me, my lungs are playing with me today, so I'm probably going to sound a little funny. Uh, I appreciate you guys coming in and commenting on the videos. Health's kind of poor, so whenever I don't feel good, I'm always sitting here playing with a computer anyway. So I figure if I'm going to sit here and play on the computer, I might as well make a video and see if I can help somebody else. First thing I want to start off with, Jay's comment was what to do uh, to make it draw the line automatically in 90, 270, or whatever. Um, Up here in the upper right hand corner, if you look, you have an actual degree sign here, and this is the rotation step angle. Right now it's set on 15, so I'll show you what that actually does. If I'm going to draw, I'm going to pick a line to draw. I'm going to start my end point, and if I hold down the control key and stretch this line out, now as I move the other end of the line, it's going to jump in 15-degree segments. Okay, so if I'm straight up and down, it will actually be 90. If I move it to the right, it will actually be 0. And then when I click the other end at the desired length I want, it'll stay that way. And to get that, that's by holding down the control key. Um, so there's that as far as that line. All of these buttons, if you hover your mouse over them, they will instruct you on what they do. But also, if you'd actually like to see a professional video of how to use the software and different aspects of it, like 3D drawing and stuff, if you look up at the top, click on Help, there are video tutorials. And you can click on this, takes you to the website, and you can go through their tutorials also and actually take them. I've never viewed them. Like I said, I've never read the Help. So that's where the video tutorials are if you'd like to take those. Next thing I'd like to show you, go ahead and take this and delete it off, is, let's see, get a hold of where I'm at here. Let's go ahead and just draw a line again. Now see, if I don't hold down the control key, this is going to go in random. If I hold down the control key, it'll automatically snap to where I want to take it. This is the line edit, and if you take this and click just one end of the line, you can take that now and to wherever you wish to on the screen to connect it to another line. So let's say where I always have the problem where I don't have the lines actually intersecting and I'm deleting them off and coming back and putting a whole line back in there. I could delete off just part of them, if I click this button, grab the end of the line that is still connected and bring it over to the snap point. Another thing I found here, I didn't even realize because this is Christmas morning and I'm trying to put together the kids' toys for an example, but I'm always trying to use the nudge button to move my drawing around to where I want to work. If you click on the little hand here, you can scroll your drawing, move it around. I never even seen it there before, so that's another tool that's in here. Let's see what I can pick next. This here, I'm sorry. This is the button to actually put the corner radiuses in. So let's draw another line here. I'm not going to hold the control key. I'm just going to draw a line. I can click on the hand, move this into view. Click on this. I'm sorry, I didn't click on two lines. I had to hold the control and select them both. Or you can hold down the control key and select Control A, which is all. Select all, and that'll select them both. Now I can click on this here, and if I want to put the radius on there, say for instance I want 0.5, then I can just go ahead and say OK. I put too big a radius. So, alright, so it swoops it around. I didn't look to see how long my lines were. Let's see what else I got. Here's an eraser. I never tried to use it, but it actually, you can take it and somehow, haven't tried it. So I guess that one I'll skip over for right now. This is freehand drawing. This is starting an arc from one point to the next point instead of drawing the circle like I do most of the time. A lot of these things are repetition for me. I've been doing it the same way for so long that I just keep doing it that way. Like for example, you see me draw the L's in the corners. I didn't know to hold down the control key to get the 90 degrees or whatever setting I have. So I always draw the box and delete two lines, which does make more work of it. I'm going to go back to the select, and what I'd like to show you again is on your line, I mentioned that this 15 degrees here. I can make this what I want. I can make this 20 degrees. Let's go more than 20. Let's go 30. I had it at 15, so let's go 30. So now if I go to draw the line, each time I draw the line, each time I move the end of the line, I'm going to hit spacebar to get my line tool again, hold down the control, start to one end. Now as I move it up, it's going to snap 30 degrees each time I move it instead of 15. So you can set whatever angle you want each point to snap to. Excuse me. So that's a little bit of basic line play. As soon as I let go of that control key, then you could see that it went to anywhere my mouse was. I was probably moving a little too fast. There is a measuring tool. You can measure from a point to a point, and it'll tell you the length. If I zoom to that selection, which is this button right here at the top, zoom to fit screen. I'm sorry. One of these is, we can just zoom in. You can see above it, it tells you the measurement. It's kind of hard to see, but if you click off, then you can actually see the measurement. So that's a tool that you use to actually measure in your drawing. I usually just draw a line and look up to the top. I never played with this, but there is a measuring tool in here. I haven't played with this button yet either. Uh, this is the repeat button, which is also Control D to duplicate something, but you can use this button to repeat the drawing in one direction or the other, and you'd have to get in there and play with that. That would be if you wanted to repeat a certain pattern around a circle, for instance, or such as that. I haven't really played with it, or I'd show you, but I'm just pointing out where some things are. Now what I'd like to show you is I'm going to get up a blank design here, and hopefully nobody takes offense to what I'm going to do, but it's just for fun. And for the guys who actually do router work and plasma cutting work for sign work and stuff like that, a lot of times when you go to get a bitmap drawing or something such as that, that is you need to convert it to CAD, and a lot of the softwares that you'd use to convert that to CAD are difficult to work and are iffy at best. So if you remember in one of the other videos, I showed you the trace mode. So I want to show you how to actually draw in the trace mode for non-mechanical lines. You're trying to trace something that is really not mechanical drawing as far as circles, direct angles, and the freehand tool is not really an option with a mouse. It's just too jerky. So let me give you a few pointers on how to actually trace something so you have a CAD drawing instead of trying to convert a bitmap. So if you go into excuse me, if you go into Edit, select Preferences, select your trace paper. I already have a drawing behind here. And what I want to show you is this tool right here, the spline tool. And you can take this and select the ends of two lines, say for instance, over here, over here. And then with manipulating these by pulling them in, out, you can put this line where you want it. So by manipulating the lines and continuing to select the spline tool, I'm just going to do this quickly. You can draw basically any shape. So I'm just going to play with this and draw this in here. I got a little pudge on her belly there. So you can follow the contours of whatever the drawing is underneath. This is really quick way to trace, and you can get pretty detailed with it. And when you're done, your drawing is an actual DXF file. So there is no conversion when you use this method. In and out moves the line whatever way you need to move. I could be hitting the space bar. I'm sorry, I want to hit escape. I want to do the other line first. We go from here to here. Oh, I don't like that one. I could have changed it. I don't know why I hit delete instead of finishing it. Okay, so there's actually using the trace tool and drawing. It's a lot easier than freehand. I just run across this playing around today when Jay made me read. So just to give you an idea that you can come in and trace something now, and when your machine actually goes to do this, this is really you can intersect this now. It will actually follow the line as one line and greatly reduce the amount of lines in con- where you when you convert from a bitmap to a DXF, sometimes you can have thousands of lines in a square inch, and you have to connect or simplify or whatever. That's just an alternative to it that actually is a little easier for me to use. So I'm going to cut this video short now. I just wanted to kind of come in and go over a few lines, a few tools. If you hover over anything on the screen, a pop-up will come up and explain to you what it is. There's a lot of functions in here, and there's probably still some that I haven't covered. I suggest you watch the professional videos to where there's going to be tips and tricks in there. And like I say, if you look up on each screen, there are keyboard functions for most everything that you do, and those are time savers too. I'm by no means an expert at anything here, so I just thought I'd show how. That's why I titled this "How I Do It," because I've only been I've never owned a machine shop tool until 5-6 years ago. So everything that you're saying, I had to learn, and I learned it all off the internet. And by making a series of mistakes, I finally figured out how to use it. So uh, that's going to be it for this video. Hopefully it come out pretty good without losing the sound this time, and I'm hoping it stayed in sync. Y'all have a good day, and I'm going to probably come back later and go back to our original drawing that we're of the rocker base for the small engine.